It took an international ground-to-air firefight army, but they did it over the weekend. So the smoke has now gone, but grit hangs heavy in the air in destroyed Altadena, the grit of resilience. To nick and adapt someone else's slogan. Resilience like Ezekiel Ibarra, who never left.
You hear the wind?
That is blowing like a hurricane.
Yeah.
Tuesday, even as the flames approach, he's ordered to evacuate. Instead, he decides to stay put and hose down his home.
I didn't have no place where to go. I mean, I had to save it, and I saved it.
How long were you up on that roof then, hosing it down?
Since 3 a.m. to 12 p.m.
And what could you see all around you going on?
Smoke. You couldn't see nothing because it's all smoke.
There are now the beginnings of moving forward. The power companies starting on the mother of all rewiring jobs. Firemen chainsaw a tree to free a vehicle. Another fire crew has just helped a couple fingertip search in the ashes of their home. They've found Heidi Barrios' wedding ring.
No, es increíble, eh?
Es increíble.
Incredible, all right. She couldn't believe the fire crew had helped. They came here from Guatemala. New life now on another restart, like so many others. Altadena, economically and physically miles away from the other major fire, among the Pacific Palisades palaces over on the coast. So just how did the fire service get control of both vast blazes over the weekend? We'll take you inside what happened. Saturday morning, the very sun smoked to sepia, provoking a public health emergency. To get close to its cause was to enter the ghost streets of enforced evacuation. The smoke coming ever closer. And then suddenly, a fire army assembled from across the USA and beyond. You've reached the front line.
So it is that this little white garden wall marks the first line of defense. To my left, Los Angeles. To my right, the rest of the United States, currently very much on fire, obviously, in this region. And between the two, the yellow line of defense, firefighters, some of whom have been in position here now for 30 hours or more.
2 residents, 2 dogs, ready to go, just don't have a way out.
They threw everything they had at it, right down to garden hoses, lawn sprinklers, pressed into action, and watching the wind all the time.
With the winds changing to basically reverse directions, coming toward Brentwood here, we did have some...
And that means Los Angeles.
Correct. So we did have contingency lines with dozers and aircraft with retardant.
By air, water and fire retardant mixed with dye so pilots know what they've hit. In Mandeville Canyon, they hit the village instead. These things happen. Solutions were at hand. Ground crews deployed to hike into the canyon depths to cut fire breaks. Crews deployed to back gardens on watch, in this case after a 2-day drive down from Washington State. The tactic here, subtle, gentle even, let the fire eat itself.
Our plan right now is because it's creeping down so slowly, we want it to kind of take some of the fuel away that's ready to burn. So that's our objective right now, is to let it burn some of this fuel so it's not going to light off when we're not here.
Crews here from Oregon, Walla Walla, Washington State, New Mexico, and yes, Mexico. And all the while overhead, fixed-wing sorties to water bomb with scale, relay helicopters to do the same with precision. In the extreme winds of last week, all such air response was totally impossible. This weekend's calm, perhaps temporary, gave them just enough time. So firefighting now yields to longer-term needs, like securing the affected areas from looters. National Guard deployed across the evacuation zones, largely banning civilian access.
There's no access. There's no forward.
Agony for some.
All the pictures, the photos. I mean, how do you get that back?
For people like Victoria and Scott, her house is gone. Now they have to reach her parents' place, which is intact, to get her parents' medication urgently.
Our place is done. Our place is.
Your place is destroyed?
It's destroyed completely. There's nothing.
There's no infrastructure. It's going to take years to bring electricity and gas and everything back here.
But all across LA, the flip side of humanity from looters.
Cars coming, lane 2! Cars coming, lane 2, all the way down!
Donation points for food, clothes, hygiene products, blankets, pet food, you name it, given up by people.
These people are looking for blankets and pillows and clothing and shoes that have just been gone. Their houses are completely gone.
No ID needed, no questions asked except, what do you want? Roll up, load up, roll on.
We evacuated in time. If we had gone to sleep like we were planning, I know that we would have perished. I literally went out of the house myself with just a few suitcases, backpacks basically, not even suitcases.
So this is vital.
It's absolutely vital, and I'm deeply moved that that this community has come together to bring us resources.
Still, the lists of the dead and the missing grow here. Los Angeles entered all this in a matter of a few hours. Emerging will take years. So many aspects of so many lives changed forever.
Now, the science of climate change, as we know, predicts that the events which came together here last week will become more and more common all around the globe. High winds, prolonged drought, and those high temperatures. What I want to pass on to you tonight is what a number of fire officers have been saying all across this region to us for the past week. They say that when the conditions come together like they did last week, they can't put fixed-wing aircraft up. It's too windy, the dispersal blows away. You can't do that with helicopters for the same reason. You can't put people on the ground, too dangerous. The fire's advancing too fast. You can't put appliances, tenders in for the same reason. 2 days ago, a senior fire officer, I asked him, what do you therefore do in those circumstances? He looked me straight in the eye and said, sir, you run away. And that is the climate crisis challenge which modern firefighting is now facing, not just here, but all around our world. Back to you.